but
that's the consensus from what I've been reading too. So, all right, we are in a queue finally. We should be back on our stream after being making new mistakes. So yeah, we're hoping to open an Atarka, and if not, we're just gonna cancel it, join another one, and then we get Atarka.
Reading his tech is a pretty fantastic username.
Hopefully, we don't make too many mistakes here with the new cards.
Yeah.
Understanding them, I've done a pretty good job with the spoiler. I've played once already, so I watched one of the drafts yesterday too. Paul Chiang, and there was a draft yesterday afternoon that I got to watch a little bit of. So, all right, here we go. Of course, sort by Dragon Lord Atarka.
we got there.
We got there.
Wow, a foil one, no less.
Well, I don't know if that's the pre-release or actual foil. If it's actual foil, we just hit the jackpot. Sort by rarity.
Yeah, I don't believe there's pre-release
Dragon Lord
specials.
Atarka and
we
Dragon
had
Lord
double
Dromoka?
Dragon Lords.
Wow.
No
Wow.
way.
And
That's
Shaman of the
Dromoka.
Four. Okay.
All right.
We got some things going on here.
Oh, so we're splashing white.
I almost certainly think so.
Assuming we're even.
All right, well,
right. I see lots of green too.
Let's do some things here. What does this do? That's an interesting card. We'll worry about it later. This one's interesting too, but we'll worry about it later.
Okay.
Let's sort by color. So, actually, you know what? Let's put in 37 lands, and we'll just roll with that.
Okay.
Wait, we need to see if we have the tutor target dragon card.
Oh,
too.
yeah, that's true. Okay, so let's start with red and green because we did not get any Evolving Wilds or On Color Fixer from Fate Reforged, it looks like, which is okay, but we'll worry about that. All right, let's go through our green and red because that's certainly where we're going to look to start. Let's start here. So this is a Megamorph Dragon, I believe.
Yep.
So
yeah.
that's a good
Probably
one.
the worst.
I like
Megamorph
I like
dragons.
the at least one
Yeah.
Stampeding Elk.
It's got Flample. Not that helpful.
Flample, yeah.
Stampeding Elk is 5 for a 5/5, which is a great deal in limited. The Formidable, meaning you have 8 power worth of creatures, makes all your creatures gain trample, which is amazing when it attacks. So that's a good one.
I will also note if some is good, more is better.
How do you guys feel about Press the Advantage? Up to 2 target creatures get +2/+2 and gain trample.
That was the card I was referring to when I said when there's a stalled out board state, red and green have access to some tools just take you over. I don't know if we're going to need an additional finisher, but if we do, that card it would be high on my list.
I think it's playable. Are you pulling all the playables down?
Yeah. So how do you guys want to do this? Do you want me to just kind of go through and start grabbing stuff?
Yeah, let's start grabbing the playables.
No,
that's not
terrible.
playable at all.
You want to pull up a preview window with that?
Yeah. Display, show preview.
And then it's going to be on the bottom. It'll be a separate. You have to alt tab to get to it. Oh, okay. Good. No.
Where is it?
So it'll be. It will be
Hover over the
different. No, it's the preview. You go back down. You almost had it. We'll get there, guys. Yep, that, and then the right one. There you go. I hope this...
You want to be in the draft view first, then go hover over and click on it.
There you go. Alright, we got there. Thanks, Wizards.
This is a good one. I put the A not guided.
Not good.
No, unplayable.
That one is sideboard tech.
Maybe.
Yeah, playable. And pull it down. We'll see how we end up on curve.
That's playable.
We have a lot of those Blade Watchers.
Whisper of the Wild is great.
Oh, wow, that would be
us.
great for us.
That might be good for us. That probably. Well,
Okay,
we got a
this
lot
is
of
Hercule
2-drops.
Library.
A lot of 2-drops.
I don't know if it's good and limited.
I agree. We do have a lot of 2-drops.
That's, yeah.
Let's see what's in.
I would pull Press the Advantage down as a potential playable. And the Yearling. I don't know if that's how we're doing it or not.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
This is our first time
Yeah,
playing.
no, I mean, so...
I agree. I actually like this card a lot. So
I think our first
Elkard
pass...
too.
Are there 2?
Yeah, there's a second Stampeding Elkard at the very bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think our first pass we should have a pretty broad definition of playable, and then we can make cuts from there.
That's okay. Dragon Fodder.
Probably not for us.
Might not be for us. We'll see. Twin Bolt is great. Goreswine.
It's still... I think
It's actually really good for
totally,
Formidable.
it's totally a playable. Fodder is also a
This
playable.
is a great card.
Sure.
Yes, it is. this guy's okay. Tail Slash is great.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. Sarkin's Rage, 2 of them. Oh man, we got a
Sold.
really good deck, and we're already at 21 playables. All right, so we do got. Is this foil too?
It looks foil.
So did we get 2 foil?
2
Dragon
foil
Lords?
Mythic Dragon. So the
Factually correct, that is foil.
Wow. So we paid. This draft is. Yep, we're quitting and starting another one.
Yep. I mean,
Well,
No, I'm joking. Violet Dragonfire.
no.
How do you feel about it, Frank?
I don't like it.
You don't?
No, we have. Yeah, I
You
mean,
think we have enough other removal?
I think it's borderline playable. I think when you're in red, it's typically not going to be
exactly.
playable. You're going to have better options. I think
Okay.
there are colors where you want to play it, like white, blue, maybe.
Okay. All right. So then we're at 21 right now. We can
we have
go.
a pacifism.
Well, yeah, but we have. This can only spend creatures. Okay. So if we added 1 planes, we would be able to play this off of 2 sources. Do you guys think we should try to do
let's pull down the elemental too. I think that's absolutely playable.
this? This one?
Yes.
Oh, you're right. It's a Megamorph. And could be a 6/6 Trampler. Yes. You're right.
And then I think we should go through for sure white
Yeah.
and look at playables. We don't know where green red. It looks good, but we should explore all our options.
Dragon Hunter is playable.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I think it's playable in an aggressive deck, which it
That's
doesn't look
not
we're-
really.
we're setting
Center
up to
Soul's
be.
okay. Territorial Rock's okay. Battle Mastery. How do you feel about Battle Mastery, Frank?
No.
Awful.
I agree.
Awful. I hate auras.
You don't even ask me. You just know how I feel about it.
This guy's very good. But this is a interesting card, but not in. I like this guy.
Yeah.
I don't think white's better than either.
No,
or
no, I don't think. Honestly, the only thing that really tempts me is the pacifism.
How do you feel, Frank?
I agree at this point. I would just completely rule out white. I think white's the weakest color in general. And we don't have that good of incentive to play it. If anything, we're splashing Dragon Lord Dramoka.
Let's look at these Chargers. All right, well, let's take a look at. We should. It's always a good
Yep,
idea to
yep.
go through all your colors. That's okay. That's okay. Not really. I don't know if we're seeing anything here that's.
I'm not seeing anything that's pulling me into this.
I do love Youthful Scholar and Ojitai Interceptor, just for the record, but we're no.
So for those, so if any of you end up playing this format, this is one of the primo blue uncommons. Specifically, if you get exploit with it, because you can. First, you might be able to trade and get 2 cards when he dies, or you might be able to exploit, which is. Let me see if I can find an exploit creature. There's got to be something in here that exploits, or do we get none? So here's an exploit creature. When you play Vulturous Aven, you can choose to sacrifice a creature. If you do, you get an effect. So in this case, in the Aven's case, you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. So if you can, say, play Youthful Scholar into Vulturous Aven, you would draw 4 cards and lose 2 life, which is not a bad, and get a 2/3 flyer.
This happened to me at the pre-release, and it was devastating.
So I mean, a quick glance through black there, where we chose green red and green red are by. I don't think we can get away from playing green red here.
No,
I think you're right.
I don't. There's lots of reasons to play it, and not very many.
So decisions we have to make here are: do we play?
So
do we splash white for Dramoka?
One other.
No, go ahead.
We do have the Anok guide, which I don't know if we even want to play. But that is another, when we're counting how many cards we have that enable a splash.
I was just going to point that out, and I think we'll talk through it, but I think we absolutely should play it in this case, and we'll see what our mana... I don't hate like an 8/7/3 mana base if you're splashing.
I think we play 22 here.
We might be able to do 8/7 or 8/8/2 or 9/7/2 because of the guide.
The other question would be: can we make a deck that is base green and splashing 2 colors?
No, I don't think we have enough fixing for 2.
Okay.
What else would be your?
So I'm just saying, can we cut down like? It's a strategy that doesn't always work, and I don't necessarily think that this is one of the things that work. But that is something to that is a type of card or a type of play that I like to consider.
Agreed. And
I like this. This card is a cute card. It's actually a well-designed limited card. I don't know if it's for us. I think we have 2 Megamorphs, so it kind of doesn't do much for us. But
yeah,
it is kind of. It's. I think it's a well-designed card. It allows you on turn 1 to play it. Turn 2, start playing Megamorphs for 2 instead of 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it becomes irrelevant, you can just flip it and make it a 2/2.
Yeah.
It's also a turn 2/2 drop if that's what you need.
If you need it, yep. I don't think we can play. I think we can play this, but I don't know if we want to.
It's too high variance.
It's yeah. So this is a card. Some people I will talk about it for a second. So you look at the top. It's an instant for 4 mana. You look at the top 6 of your library, and you put 2 creatures with the mana cost 3 or less into play. So there are times it's really good, and you could get like a Shaman in the Forgotten Ways, and maybe a Gorswine. There are times where you get an Anak Guide and Whisper of the Wilds, which may not do much for you, especially when you're trying to get ahead.
Yeah.
So I think we're good there. I don't think we need to play these Conifer Striders, Sudden Reclamations.
They are, I think, playable in the right deck, right situation, though.
They are bad against Dragon Fodder, though.
That is factually correct.
All right. So how do you guys feel about the current setup with 22?
Dragon Fodder, I don't like.
And
I would rather not play.
Is
we
our
could play this
removal
2/3?
good enough that we can get away without playing a pacifism?
Yes, I think it is. We have Twin Bolt, Tail Slash, and double Sarkhan's Rage.
I think it's really good.
Oh, we have double Sarkhan's Rage. Okay.
Yeah, did you not
I did not
Rage?
see that. Sorry, I'm keeping half an eye on Chad as well. So
I understand. Sarkhan's Rage is
Yep.
a card a lot of people are excited about for limited. A lot of times this card appears as a Lava Axe variant. Lava Axe is 5 mana, same exact mana cost, sorcery speed, so you can only cast it on your turn, and only does 5 to the opponent, not the creature. This gives you the flexibility of hitting a creature or player. It can do 2 damage to you if you don't control a dragon, but we have 3 dragons, so 4 dragons. No, 3 dragons. So I feel pretty good that we're going to always have a dragon in play. That's a joke. So if we don't like Dragon Fodder, we could play this. Tread Upon is a very solid combat trick.
What are we at? 16 creatures.
We're at 16, and this is like a 17th creature in many ways. So we can do this.
So
or Tread Upon.
I think we have some really good sideboard options right now for against if we hit a really aggressive deck. Not that we're poorly set up in our main deck anyway, but we have a Dragon's Fodder and a Vial of the Dragonfire, so I think we're fine on removal.
Okay.
And I think if we get to the late game, we're winning.
I agree. This deck is actually set up incredibly well because even like this Press the Advantage card, if we play like, I don't say Glade Watchers are good defense, but like even a couple like this guy and this guy, and they have a couple Megamorphs, and you attack into them like on turn. Like this is like great to finish off if we can get a aggressive draw. Obviously, this is where we want to go though.
Here's the other thing about Glade Watcher. If you want to hover over it, it's really good in this deck, despite the fact that we have early plays and it looks like we don't need a 3/3 defender. We are getting to formidable so consistently and so quickly. For 1 green, this is a 3/3 attacker.
Yep. This is actually an awesome card in our deck. So.
Him plus Stampeding Elkherd, we're there already. It's we can make it happen.
So I'm not seeing anything. I'm just looking to see if we miss anything. This is a 2/3 for 3. I don't think we're really interested in
that's
dashing.
just a weird card.
It's okay in like the dash deck. This is an okay one, but I don't know if it's something. I mean, I don't know if this is what we want to be doing. So.
Especially not with how green we want to be. I don't think a red early drop is really what we're looking to do.
I agree.
I guess it's also not. It's not really a red
good
early
sideboard
drop.
card. This is unplayable. Some people were talking about this, like, oh, well, you could get more counters on it, and then it dies. And it's like, if you're doing that, don't do something else.
Put him on the creature.
This is not a good card.
Now I just want to take another look at Obscuring Aether, just because it is a rare, and I want to make sure we aren't falling into the trap of rares need to be awesome. Because this is a. I mean, it's if you play it on 1 and turn it face down on 2, it's a bear.
Yep. But I don't know. I think this card is playable, but I think you need more Megamorphs. We just had the 2 Megamorphs.
Yeah,
what's our Megamorphs?
2. We have 2 Megamorphs. I have them right here: Stormcrag and Herd Chaser Dragon. None of these are Megamorphs. Nothing else up here.
Yeah, I just want to double check that we're
I feel like we've got enough 2s and stuff. I just don't see it myself. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's I don't think this deck necessarily wants it. I know there's a lot of Megamorphs in green. If we had maybe 3 more, I think it would probably be a great play. But
so one thing I agree with what you said, Ryan, that I think we need to look at is Enduring Scaleguard is in our colors.
Yep. I was going to talk about this too.
And is press... I'm not a huge fan of combat tricks in general for this type of deck. Is Press the Advantage a win more when we have Stampeding Elk Herd, formidable triggers, when we've got trample over people? We're not going to play it on defense, or I don't know. I just wanted to put it up for discussion. Is Enduring Scaleguard better than that card or any other card in this deck that we should be playing it, because it's pretty good.
Brian, do you have any opinion?
Yeah, the Press the Advantage isn't as good in this deck as it is. One reason I called it out was because it was a card that I said that is a good thing for us. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, I see what you're saying with the Stampeding Elk really
doing a similar effect.
Yeah.
So the question would be if... Actually, I'm like 50-50. My only concern about adding Enduring Scarelord is another white mana cost. I would hate to put in... Now, if we ran 18 lands and did 8-7-3, maybe that's good enough. We have the only double colored spells we have start at 5, so we only need 1 green or 1 red.
Yeah.
Until turn 5, and we have other ways of getting mana in Whisperer, Shaman, and Anot Guide if we need it.
I also think that because we don't need red early, we really don't. We can survive on green. Yep. In like an 8-7-3, and we can discuss might be too much, but if we play the Scaleguard and we have an Anot Guide, that's 4 white sources in a 40-card deck
plus
on average by turn 10.
Yeah,
you have it.
The only white spell.
We're down to
Shaman.
We're down to 330. We should probably start talking mana base.
Yeah, we should. I think we should play the second dragon. We've got a lot of.
Dragons of Tarkir. Yeah. They recommend 11-5-2. I think we'd rather do.
Yeah. I don't know. We really need green.
Do you want to do 9-6?
Let's look at that.
9-6-3 would be my starting point.
We can also do
2.
I like this better.
Let's put it in and look at it. What are our other 2 drops right now?
Creatures. We have Anot Guide. We have this guy who's awesome.
Yep.
2 Glade Watchers. This guy who's a mega... Oh, we have a 3rd Megamorph at 2, I forgot. He makes... he gets another creature, another counter, which is a solid. Tread Upon, which is a combat trick, and Whisper, which is great for us.
So the thing about the dragons is we're not playing them until turn 5 at the earliest if we have some ramp out. I mean, you could...
If we get a God draw, we could
Shaman
do turn 4.
Right. But in that case... we are able to pay the white because we have the Shaman out. And that means if we're not playing them on average until like turn 6, we've drawn 13 cards. If we have 3 total available white sources, plus we have 4 with the Shaman, I'm fine with 2 planes. I think it's totally reasonable.
I think 2 is right with the other ways we have of getting to white mana.
I think 7 mountains is ample. Like, we don't need to cast any of... Stormcrag doesn't need red. Twin Bolt's nice early, definitely.
Yep.
7's plenty to be able to cast
this
that.
Guy Megamorphs.
Everything else you want to... We're probably casting turn 4 or 5 later anyway.
Yeah.
I say we submit this. This looks good.
Let's do it.
This looks great, actually, but...
Never want to jinx it, but it does... Yeah. I mean... This is a very good pool.
That's kind of counter to our type of deck that we do well with, so maybe we should have...